Roberts introduces new uniforms for Supreme Court justices, written by Xavier Sakaguchi from the satirical Genesius Times. Washington, D.C. Justice John Roberts introduced the new uniform for all Supreme Court justices, including pink robes and a pink pussy hat common with cowardly and morally repugnant people. The uniform change, criticized by some for the strange timing, came shortly after it was reported that Roberts had opposed the Supreme Court hearing the Texas versus Pennsylvania illegal election case because he was afraid they'd riot.
Supreme Court justices, and I'll just describe the report to you that I read, and you can make of it what you will. He said that the justices, as they always do, went into a closed room to discuss cases they're taking or do debate. There's no phones, no computers, no nothing. No one else is in the room except for the 9 justices. It's typically very civil. They usually don't hear any sound. They just debate what they're doing. But when the Texas case was brought up, he said he heard screaming through the walls as Justice Roberts and the other liberal justices were insisting that this case not be taken up. And the reason, the words that were heard through the wall when Justice Thomas and Justice Alito were citing Bush versus Gore from John Roberts were, "I don't give about that case. I don't want to hear about it. At that time, we didn't have riots." So what he was saying was that he was afraid of what would happen if they did the right thing. And I'm sorry, but that is moral cowardice. And we in the SREC, I'm an SREC member, we put those words in very specifically because the charge of the Supreme Court is to ultimately be our final arbitrator, our final line of defense for right and wrong. And they did not do their duty. So I think we should leave these words in because I want to send a strong message to them. Thank you.
Roberts said that he would have included a pacifier and a blankie in the new uniform as well, but he was afraid of riots. People will say that I'm impartial to the leftist women's movement with this uniform change, Roberts said, but that's not true. I'm just a really big pussy and this hat just feels right to me.